Here's the solenoid plug. I found a boot at the starter shop I went to in Tacoma and cut it to fit. It's going to work just fine. I have it covered in dielectric grease so it won't rust again. And I have a little pile of parts. Oh, let's go this way over here, that need to be cleaned. And now we're going to take off the back end of the starter. I'm going to take the two fasteners apart here that hold everything together. Those two bolts hold the starter to the bell housing. So we'll pull one really long screw out of here. And this one over here. This little opening here, now I'm sad that maybe I can fix that the spring is broken. This has a bushing in the back end, and this is an oil cup, and it currently does not have a piece of felt in there. And the object is to put a few drops of oil into the oil cup to help lubricate the bushing. And that just pops the back end of the starter off. And I have to be careful here. I don't want to damage anything. We can see the front of the starter came off just fine. That looks really nice in there. We'll get into that in a minute. We'll stay focused on the brush assembly here. Let's see, there's a screw here. I've never taken one of these apart. It's different than a GM. Yeah, I'm thinking I don't want to pull that off. Alright. So all these wires in here are connected to brushes, carbon brushes, and I have to get them out. Yeah. Alright, this is going to be tricky. I'll be back. Alright, I got everything apart. Yes. Very fiddly. But not impossible. The brushes look okay. I mean, they're probably about half gone, but not a big deal. Very oily inside. see in there, so not a big deal. Yep. So it just, the bushing, the oil bushing inside looks pretty good. Let's see what the fitment is. I took the armature out. It's not bad, you know, for a starter. I think it's going to be fine. You know, after the engine is running, you know, starter only works for a short period of time. And then we shut it off. Okay, so the solenoid, we can see, we'll watch in here. Oh, things started to kind of drop apart. I'll have to investigate that. The solenoid will push the Bendix gear forward to engage the flywheel, the ring gear on the flywheel. So things are starting to come apart here on this. Got a washer out. I have to remove this. And we'll start cleaning parts up. And the stator end doesn't look too bad. It has a little bit of carbon buildup on it, but you know, the brushes are carbon. It motored, you know, it turned over, and the wires I used were too thin when I did that experiment, so 10 gauge wires will allow a lot more electricity to flow, so I'll probably be getting the full whack from the battery. So okay, I'll be back. Pulled the spring out and the fulcrum pin, along with the lock washer and the small nut. That'll need to be cleaned up too. Well, look at that, doesn't even stay on there. No big deal. So I'm making a record so I know the nose of this fulcrum lever needs to point toward the ear of the front of the housing. So that's it, like that. It's a good record. This Bendix gear looks pretty good. It's a little worn on the leading edge of the teeth, but not bad. Well, the bearing feels good too. All right. Cleanup time. This ends part 2. All right. Let's look at these brushes for a moment. Let's use this as a backdrop. We can see that the brush isn't rectangular anymore, so it's worn and it's concave. So they might not be worn out, but they should be replaced. And I just found a place. I don't know how far away Oroville is from Pacific here in Washington State, but I found a full set on eBay at this parts clearance house for 99 cents per set. So I ordered 3 of them. Now, I cleaned this up by, this is the nose of the starter. I cleaned it up by putting it in a 1-gallon can of gasoline and swishing it around. I want to sandblast it, but I don't want to wreck that bushing because it's still in pretty good shape. I've had a kit in my little rollaway forever in a drawer. I never thought I would use it. I keep looking at it and then overlooking it because, like I said, I never use it. I don't know when I bought this thing, but it's a bushing punch set. So I'm going to see if I can pop this bronze bushing out or brass bushing out of here. I'm sure I can get it. I just have to find the right little punch, and that's it. So let's see, she'll go probably on this one. God, like I said, I don't know how long I've had this, but I sure am happy that I saved it. You know, like I said, I've overlooked it so many times, I literally forgot I had it. So let's see what's going to happen. She's coming. I'll have to use the thinner drift. This is bitchin'. And I love it when stuff like this works out. I think maybe I bought this punch kit back when I was 35 or 36. Look at that. Look how easy that was. Bitchin'. And then to put it back in, of course, it'll just go in like that. How awesome. Again, it's a, Chi-Com tool, but it works. Now I can sandblast the cone. The brushes won't be here for a little while, which means I can get an impact screwdriver and pull all of the field coils out of the body, clean those up, prep everything, and clean the body and sandblast it and get it ready to go. And I probably will just clean this with a steel toothbrush because I do not have a bushing puller. Anyway, there we go. This is going to be the last segment of part 2 of the starter. I went and bought a new toy, which I should have had in my toolbox for a very long time, which is the impact screwdriver. I've already taken pictures of where the field coils need to go, and these screws are so tight, the only way really to get them out is with an impact. Well, guess what? That screwdriver tip just shattered. Good job, Craftsman. I don't advocate anymore, so I guess it's going back.